go there next? There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? Should I go there next? nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
trunk-like structure growing upward. Upward, you say? Yes. I think I know how we could use that information. definitely something unusual here. Like a giant horizontal branch reaching somewhere. Good. Let me analyze the data properly. I'm done here. Should I do this now?
What's on your mind? Honestly, same thing over and over. I can't wrap my head around how real my memories are. I mean, the state of the world, Ben working on that platform, everything's the same. Except, I'm not in it. We will be, soon enough. We just need to give it all we've got on this last stretch. Yeah, that sounds almost like a dream ending to a fairy tale. Except one thing that worries me. That accident that killed Ben. What about it? Well, what if it's not just fiction, you know? I mean, he's working for the same company with the same people using the same equipment, and believe me, nobody puts safety first out there. So it got me thinking that if nothing bad has happened by now, maybe that doesn't mean it never will. But only that it hasn't happened yet. Relax, man. I don't think that's the way accidents work. They're a result of thousands of random events that have to come together at the right time and place. The accident you remember was simply something that needed to happen in your head for you to be who you are, to be here. It has nothing to do with the real shape of the world or the Ben that exists. Maybe. What if you're wrong? No. don't stand by and wait for his death a second time. I'll never forget how I felt afterwards. Asking myself why I never acted when there was still time. Why I never reported anything. Why didn't you? I was afraid I'd be out of work. Besides, we never thought it was anything serious. Never thought it could lead to, you know. Whatever happened, you won't change it no matter what you do now. What's done is done. You need to move on. You're right. I can't change that. But I can do so much more. You see, I think I just never let myself grieve properly. Pretending to accept reality when actually I was living in denial. I suppressed so much. Running away from problems time after time. Only to end up here and suddenly ask myself, what if I've been given a second chance? A second chance? For what? For saving Ben. And how do you want to do that? Listen to this. I have an idea. That guy who helped you find Ben. Oh, Lucas, no, forget it. We just got him fired. Well, how about your wife? Maybe she could help. Send an anonymous tip-off about all the bad shit that's surely still going on down there. She won't be risking anything. If it turns out not to be true, then that's fine. They'll pass the inspection and carry on doing what they were doing. But if something is wrong, she'll help save not only Ben, but many other lives. Don't tell me that doesn't matter. Oh, what the hell? Okay. I'll try and talk to Lena. Boy, is she gonna love me for it. Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this for me.
Looks like some kind of root system. I'm getting some quite extraordinary readings from there. I think I'm starting to see something here. I know what you mean. They seem connected. Come back to the base and we'll talk more. Come and find me when you have a moment. thought I'd never see you again. You got some guts to follow us all the way down here. Don't you get it? The party's over. You're going to die if you stay out here any longer. Our chances are better here than in the hands of corpo thugs, and you know it. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. What the hell is this site anyway? What's it look like? That tour vehicle is good protection against radiation, but it's not gonna withstand the sunrise. Only a proper shelter will. This place provides the perfect terrain for one. So that's what you're building. Yeah, and it's no picnic, so why don't you get back to your base and just let me get on with it? Is there anything I can do? Yeah, let it go. Do you have enough food? That's none of your business. You don't have enough food. There's not enough of anything, okay? Are you happy? But I don't want your fucking help. Just go, okay? You're making things worse. The light. Almost there.
I found the tour vehicle. All right. So, did they really mean to guide us out of the storm? Looks like it. But we didn't exactly kiss and make up. I was thinking that maybe we should share some of our supplies with him. I don't think he'll make it on his own otherwise. Of course we should. We can't leave our brother to his death like that, regardless of what he did. Found our rebellious party. They're alive. Looks like they have no bad intentions, just want to be left alone. What for? To die in that exploration vehicle? They're building a shelter. Oh, please, spare me the details. They should be putting those skills to use here, helping us, not making a sophisticated grave for themselves. Quitters? So, what do you make of the data we collected? Interesting. Very interesting. The 3 fragments of the integral apparently form a single structure. Right. Yeah, it almost looked like it could be part of a gigantic tree of some sort. A huge vertical framework on a proximity plane. It could be our way up. A way up? How do you mean? For what? Reaching the barrier and destroying it. But I don't understand. It's not even there, physically. And that is exactly the issue we will have to solve. What would you say if I told you we should look for a way to materialize that structure? A way to materialize the integral? Knowing you, I'm pretty sure you already have one. Of course I don't. It's not that simple, Jan. But I do have an initial plan. Based on all the data we've collected so far, I think I came up with a way to disintegrate this barrier. Fragmentize the prism entanglement. But it can't be done from down here. You're going to have to reach for the sky, and that structure seems to be the best way to get there. But is that even possible? To make it physically accessible? What if I told you Professor Frankov believed it was possible? Really? Tell me more. You see, Frankov devised a theoretical experiment in which he proved that if an electromagnetic field was powerful enough, it could pull a proximity plane closer to us. The force field would have to be extremely strong and the object no larger than a grain of sand. But according to his calculations, it could physically materialize. Well, we're gonna need more than a grain of sand. Don't forget, we have something that Frankov didn't. Rubidium. Oh. That's... bold. Bold. Dangerous. And necessary. So you really think you can do it? I know it sounds impossible, but if we pull this off, there's so much more to gain than just our survival. A scientific breakthrough. And we can play a leading role in it. What do you want me to do? The fragmenting device I told you about, I've drawn up a raw design for you to start building it. And I'll set to work on reconstructing Frankov's theory and finding a way to materialize that structure for us. It is possible. I simply know it. Found the tour vehicle. Really? And? Are they alive? Yeah. I talked to the technician. He's still mad at me, just wants to be left alone. But they're also in deep shit down there. Do you think we should share some of our supplies with them? Oh, couldn't they just come back and help us instead? I mean, I'd love to give a hand, but we're not the ones who abandoned the mission. How are we supposed to bring Rubidium to Earth if we start running errands for deserters now? spiral?
Still in need of supplies? Because I thought, you know, sharing is caring. What? Man, you just don't give up, do you? Sounds like the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, I gotta say, I might be able to swallow my pride just this once. It's gotten really tight. You're not a minute too early. Look, can't we put all the bad stuff behind us and be a team again? How about all of you just come back to the base? Listen, this is not exactly a dream vacation. It's about survival. And if I had some kind of guarantee that you could protect us from the corporation, I'd be more than happy to come back instead of struggling with this damn rock. Actually, I talked to Lena and I might have an idea how to keep the corporation away from you. Really? What is it? Well, if we hijacked the ship somehow and redirected it to a safe location far away from Allied Corp's radars, Lena said she could disable your implants so that you'd no longer be trackable. You'd be back on Earth and you could be free. Free, huh? Right. There is one thing we'd have to take care of first, though. What's that? Well, while you were away, we discovered that there's a barrier in the sky blocking the way for the rescue ship. I'd be lying if I said I couldn't use your help with it. It's a kind of, all-hands-on-deck situation. So that's what the Karen shit was all about, huh? What? No. Absolutely not. How can you even say that? Okay, you're everything but selfish, I forgot. Fine. We'll do it. We'll help you. Yeah? Seriously? Yeah. What are we waiting for?
does it feel to be back? First observations? The scientists swiped my reading lamp, and there's a hell of a mess in the toolbox. But on the upside, the base hasn't fallen apart. So, not so bad. Yeah, you're delighted to be back. So, the prodigal sons are back. Good. All hands on deck. I hope you're planning on maximizing their potential. By which I mean, I'll make them work hard. Don't worry. Good to have you
There's
back.
something I gotta tell you. I missed your ugly face, too.
Happy to be back in the base?
Oh, you bet. I don't know if the technician told you, but the recycler in that tour vehicle got jammed. We were heading for a nasty time. You want me to take care of this? Want me to go there, Chief? Hey, something's malfunctioning here. Should I change my workstation? Our workplace is damaged. Should I work on this while you're scheduling repairs? FYI, looks like we're running low on repair kits.
Everything okay? You getting along with our group of desert wanderers all right? Yeah, I think they understood their mistake. I won't rub it in. What matters is we're all back together. Blood is thicker than water, huh?
Okay, I'm done. I can do this now.
It's kind of exciting that we're gonna start from scratch. On Earth, I mean. Clean slate. So, the team's back together. You did a good job fighting for them like that. We have better enemies than ourselves. Although, I might change that opinion if the technician keeps leaving his dirty laundry all over the place. You wanted to talk? Yeah, I've been wanting to tell you about something. It happened to me in the rebel camp, and not like it's anything important, but, you played a role in it, so... What the hell? Might as well tell you. What is it? Remember that time you sent me to the contemplation room? Because I was working my ass off like crazy? And how I told you about that book I started listening to? Of course, yeah, I remember. Ahab, the peg-legged whale hunter. Right. Well, guess what? When we ran off, I took the audio player with me and carried on listening to that damn book. So, how did it end? Did Ahab catch the whale? He sure fucking tried. But he failed, drowned, and took his whole crew down with him. The monster got the best of him. Sounds like a sad ending. Yeah. And now that I think of it, maybe that Ahab guy wasn't thinking clearly. 'Cause he just couldn't get over what crippled him. Messed him up as a man. Like the last thing he'd ever admit to was being a loser. Look where that got him. Yeah. Well, it didn't do me no harm, that distraction. Funny thing, that whole story made me realize something that never occurred to me before. Oh yeah? What's that? That it's, no shame to be weak. Okay. Now, I think it's time I got back to work. But I won't be obsessing about it anymore if that's okay with you. Wouldn't want to end up like Ahab. Hey man, want me to lend a hand with this?
stuff landed here. Nice. I don't know that movie. Ah, another movie. This one was actually on my pile of shame.
care of this now?
Jan, what's the matter? Did something happen?
Not yet, but it could happen. That's why I'm calling.
What are you talking about?
It's kind of a long story, but I have intel from one of my alters about dangerous working conditions on an offshore oil rig. An accident happened there in his, awareness, and it took many lives.
So, it's about your alternate life paths. Okay. Please, Jan. Don't you hear how disturbing that sounds? You know you should worry about your real life. The rest is, well, you can't let it distract you.
Just let me explain, okay? I know it seems absurd, but there are people, real existing people who my alters knew. You're one of them too. Just in a different way. So what that means is that their reality is not completely fake, because it's heavily based on ours.
Isn't that even more reason to keep the two separated? Look, Jan, this is getting more and more confusing to me, and I can't even imagine how it's messing you up. So let me be the voice of reason here. You can't interfere with things that don't concern you, just because you opened up Pandora's box with some alternate realities.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Forget I asked.
Please, just focus on getting out of there, okay?
Sure. Bye. About your request to control the safety on that oil rig. Yeah. Did you talk to your wife? I did, but she refused to help. I'm sorry. Well, was a long shot, wasn't it? Yeah, right. I did my best. I know, buddy. Thanks for putting yourself out for me.
In 1977, the Voyager 1 space probe was sent to deep space. On board was a golden record containing sounds and images showcasing the diversity of life and culture on Earth, intended for any intelligent extraterrestrial life form who may find it. Today, we received their reply.
Can't we, watch something else?
It materialized on the tarmac this morning. All tests have proven it's legitimate.
So this is it. First true alien contact. And judging by the pictographic inscriptions, it appears to be a direct response to the Voyager Golden Record. After some decryption...
All done. Should I take care of this now? You wanted to talk about something? Yeah. Thanks for checking up on me. I know you're dealing with a lot. Yeah, so, why don't you cut to the chase already? Sure, yeah, it's not that easy to say. I'm not used to doing so much thinking as I've been doing lately. You really needed to sort some things out for yourself. You helped me a heap with that. All I wanted to do was punish myself with all that extra work. I've wasted so much time, not doing a single damn thing for myself. And now, who knows what's gonna happen to me? What if this is it? This is all the time I had. I see. You're afraid you're gonna die. Yeah. No use pretending. I'm scared as shit. But I can take it. I don't need you to cry over me. So, what's your request? Well, remember our art teacher at school and how he taught us to carve in wood? I guess I might. Not really? Well, I do. We were really good at doing it. The best in class. But what matters more, we loved doing it. I loved doing it, just for myself. After I lost my hand, I started remembering it, obsessing over it even. Of all the things I wouldn't be able to do, that one stuck in my head like a fucking nail. It's normal. You were grieving. I was miserable as sin. And then when you gave me that new arm up here, you'd think going back to something that made me happy would be obvious, right? Wrong. I wasn't interested in enjoying myself. Well, now I want to change that. Seriously? You want to enjoy yourself now when we're fighting for our lives? You make it sound so dumb. But it's only a part of something else, something more important that I want to do. Oh? A secret project? I really don't want to talk about it right now, okay? And where the hell are you gonna get wood? Well, you seen those tree-like structures in this region? They ain't made of wood, but they sure behave very much like it. I already did a test or two. They're harder, tougher, but so am I, right? You want to carve that? If you happen to run into some loose pieces of that rock, yeah, I could give it a try. Of course, I'm gonna need a set of chisels, too. Okay, I'll keep your request in mind and see what I can do. Thanks, man. But you're gonna have to tell me what that secret project's about. Yeah, we'll see.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
This could be the weird rock mentioned by the miner. I should take it back to him.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Why were we even arguing? It's so stupid. got your carving materials and chisel set. So, what's the story? What are you gonna be making exactly? Okay, man, this is gonna sound really corny, but, oh, what the hell? I wanna remake myself. Whoa, with a chisel? Of course not. What's wrong with you? Never heard of a fucking metaphor? The story of that Ahab dude made me realize I was going nowhere. But I kept asking myself, where should I be going? Trust me, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Thanks, but no. A quantum computer created me to do a job. Now the job's coming to an end, and I have to find something new for myself. I just need to dig deeper into whatever's making me so uptight. Maybe when I'm back on Earth and somehow nobody decides my dead body's worth more than my life, I'll find someone I can talk to. But for now, I just wanted to feel that excitement again. That feeling when I held a piece of wood in my hand and a chisel in the other, and I knew it was up to me what it would look like. And damn well only up to me. Wow. Sounds like you're a new man already. Trust me, I'm only getting started. See, here's a suggestion. Let's get us out of this mess first. Then you can pour all the saccharin you want over me. Fair point. Let's go. What the hell is this thing?
A custom-built rubidium-infused electromagnetic field generator. Normally, electromagnetic waves operate on a limited frequency spectrum. But with the extreme nature of rubidium particles, the possibilities become infinite. The frequency spectrum can be stretched so that our waves will be able to penetrate all potential landscapes and disturb their magnetic fields. In effect, pulling the proximity plane towards us, just like a magnet.
Really? It's that simple?
I prefer the word elegant, provided it works as expected. It would be much more reasonable to test this theory in a safer environment before putting it to such extreme use.
Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen you this insecure. And we've been through a lot.
This really is no time for malicious remarks, Jan. We are treading on thin ice here. Once activated, the module will start emitting an extremely powerful electromagnetic field affecting not only the outside world, but also inside the base. The effects are hard to predict, but it can be everything from instruments malfunctioning to the entire base being annihilated within minutes.
Sounds encouraging.
Once we turn this thing on and the internal structure materializes, you will need to act quickly. Climb it as fast as you can. Penetrate the prism entanglement, place the fragmenting device there, and press start. While you're up there, the rest of us will be fighting to keep the base in one piece. And if there's anything I can tell you for sure, it's that we will not be able to hold the fort for long.
So, I only get one shot.
Exactly. That's why it's vital that we have all hands on deck.
I think we have everyone we need.
And we'll have to be flawlessly prepared. Battery packs, robust radiation protection, abundant repair kits on stock. There'll be no time to resupply, no way for you to come back to the base mid-mission. And no time for the rest of us to take care of anything other than protecting the base from falling apart.
And here I was, thinking you'd give me a pep talk.
Well, you're getting cold facts instead. Here's one crucial point. It will be wisest to start in the morning. You don't know how long it will take you to get up there, and the last thing you'd want to encounter is night radiation on top of that structure.
What if you can't hold it up for as long as I need, and the whole thing dematerializes while I'm up there?
Like I said, you'll need to be fast, and we'll need to be strong.
Right.
When you're ready to start, go to the foot of the structure and call me on the radio. On your signal, I'll activate this beast, and we'll see what kind of hell we've unleashed.